Hello. How's everybody doing? I realize there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but my stream health is excellent. It's the color green. That's good news. I figured out that if I turned off all of my Nest cameras around my home, and am pretty much have no security right now, but it's all worth it because my very slow Comcast upstream is capable of delivering an HD live stream. Yeah. Let me make sure that I'm talking. No, I'm not yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see all the little Simpson colored hands. Okay, so how's everybody doing? First things first. It's kind of weird doing this without a guest. I haven't had a live stream without a guest in quite a while. First thing I want to start out and do is read Patreon questions, which hopefully aren't, hopefully there are some. Hopefully there's not 700. Well, hopefully there are 700. That'd be... All right, 5 comments. All right. So, the Patreon questions. I guess I could load them here, right? Which hopefully aren't. All right. Okay, great. Patreon questions. Marshall Cooper asks, have you used an iPad in the production of any of your past albums? And the answer to that is no, I have not. I've tried. I think I play with music on the iPad quite a lot, but I've never actually used it for any released song. I'm not even sure that I've rendered audio and used it anywhere. I'm not even sure I've rendered audio off of the iPad. I may have at some point, but even like an Instagram story, and that's not saying that like the iPad sucks, but my video goes very deep into this. There's like this 10-minute segment of me complaining about about some iPad issues, and I'm actually trying to cut it down because I think it's a little excessive, and then like 30 more minutes of me basically showing, this is what you can expect in my next video, of me showing you why I'm so addicted to the iPad, even though I have so many issues with it. Okay. John Harsom. Audio interfaces versus iPad audio out. What's the science? Yeah, it depends on your iPad. My iPad Air with the Lightning connector works pretty well with a lot of things. I would say like 40% of when I plug into it works to some degree. That also has class compliance. The newer ones, they don't have class compliance. Apple canceled their MFI certification program, so you cannot buy an iPad certified audio interface right now. I probably have like one floating around over here somewhere. I have a bunch of little adapters that just have headphones out, and those seem to work just fine, but you never know. There might be a software update where that may stop. So, all right, next question. Steve R. asks, overall, is it worth using an iPad if you already have a studio full of instruments and plugins galore? If you already have one for whatever reason, obviously you're going to get some music apps for it. Or maybe I'm just one of the few people on Earth who don't own an iPad, so wondering if it seems like there's something that's unique about how you use it. Also maybe answer using iPad versus Sensel. So here's actually have a Sensel right here. Just got my mitts on one of these. And there we go. Now it has its little... Oh no. No. Oh dear. By me, I it's plugged into this device and I actually almost killed the stream. because I had a little keyboard thing on top of it. Anyway, that would have been like the most shit stream ever. So I have a the Sensel's fine. I'm not ready to go that deep into it because it's a total rabbit hole, and I didn't know that it would be a rabbit hole. As far as the iPad versus a studio full of gear, I don't think of it that way. I think it's the healthiest to not look at the iPad as a replacement for a studio full of gear. I think the iPad's fun, and and I think that's okay. I feel like a lot of people, if you say that something's just fun, that it's a little insulting to that product, but I think that fun is, what makes you inspired. And I mean, why are we making music anyway if it's not fun? So it's good to have something that's not serious all the time. And if you go into iPad music production seriously, like if you're like, oh, I'm going to record an album and everything's going to be professional, then you're going to have a really bad time, and you're going to be really frustrated, and you're going to throw a lot of money in the garbage and buying things that don't work the way that you had hoped they would, and so on and so forth. If you want to add another 10 minutes, you could talk about the 2010 Gorillaz album, The Fall, which was produced mostly on iPad. That's from Walker Walker. I am vaguely familiar with that. A friend of mine mentioned it when I was on tour. Good stuff. I haven't listened to it hard enough. For me, I just haven't gotten there yet with the iPad. I don't know. Maybe though. Maybe it's just like habit. Maybe if I just lowered my standards to the type of like piano roll or something that you would have in an iPad, I'd probably be able to do something. All right, and final Patreon question. This is somewhat off topic, so it may be more appropriate for another video, but I'm curious about your goals with the reality existentialism project. Basically asking if it's going to be about existentialists like Sartre, I cannot say it in French. That's probably why I shouldn't do that. Or cover themes of existentialism in a more general way, or something else. So I actually can elaborate on this a little bit. There's like the philosophical side of existentialism, which I think is important, but I didn't go to college. I don't have that. I just don't feel like I can be an authority on the philosophical history of existentialism. I feel like I could probably be more of an authority on exploring theories of what human beings are, if that makes any sense, and what reality is, what our consciousness is, what our surroundings are. Obviously, I'm not going to give you an answer. Maybe if I start a cult, I could do that. But I'm obviously not going to be able to give an answer to anybody. But I think that, the chances that our reality is what we think it is very low. And so I really want to explore that. And I have some pretty challenging ideas on how to explore that. Some that might not even be all that safe. Like I really want to dive in, and I want it to sort of be ideally the reference for that stoner conversation that we all had when we were teenagers. I want it to kind of be like the capital of that, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments now, or in the YouTube at least. Yeah, I like Camus a lot, and I probably will do one episode on like the classical existentialism. I like Camus a whole lot because to me he's always represented the message of anti-meditation. Like, if you only live in the moment, then what's the point? You don't actually accomplish anything. You just smell the air and enjoy it. So, yeah. Anyway, it's so funny how these comments have kind of gone from they're like halfway between iPad and halfway between existentialism. All right. So, what are we doing today here? It's pretty funny. I have an application called Hyperion, and I am opening it now for the second time. I just made sure that the sound worked and all that stuff, and that I had it installed and registered. And it is a beta, and I have never used it before, and I am pretty excited to check it out. And I don't know how frustrating that's going to be or fun, but I think it's a good test of, should I be doing this in the streams from now on? Should this be my streaming thing? Should I just be like showcasing software that I get sneak previews of? Because that's pretty cool. But if not, I'm more than happy to, talk about existentialism while playing Rocket League or something. So I should probably switch over that screen, and here we are. This is Hyperion. And, all right, so, yeah, the moment I installed this, I realized I kind of expected it to be a interesting plugin. I did not expect it to be the rabbit hole that it is, but I'm not complaining. I like rabbit holes. But, yeah, this is going to take, hopefully, I am experienced enough with this type of workflow to not make a gigantic butt out of myself. So let's try it. And while I'm loading up the manual here, in case I need it, I will read some more of these comments here. There's a lot of Poly-N Tracker people who watch my channel, and that is really cool. Yeah, there seems to be Europeans here, which is why I'm doing it at this time. Usually I feel like my normal streaming time would be like later, right before I go to bed, but today, I think once every other week I'm going to try and do it like European time. Maddie Wens, no, that is not, that was the thing I was excited about that came out in 2020 was the new Arturia V collection, which was the next video I did, but I had just, I had a non-disclosure agreement not to talk about it because it hadn't come out yet, so. I wonder if I could load a new patch here, or how I would go about doing that. I feel like I shouldn't have this many of these open. Can I just close them like this? Oh wow, these are all different. Oh boy. Okay. I have a MIDI keyboard here, obviously. That is one octave too low. I kind of want to start from scratch, so I'm just going to mute this one and start here. All right. And we have 124 viewers here, so the pressure's on for me to do this right. All right, right click. Okay, I'm assuming that I should probably start with a MIDI input of some sort, notes input. All right, F is probably frequency. T is I don't know. L, G might be, oh, it says up here, look at that. That's a global trigger, and T then I guess would just be note trigger. Cool. Okay, so now we want an oscillator. I realize that this seems like kind of, if I double click this, do I get it? Good. I realize that this seems like a pretty bad way to show you software, but I think it's actually a good way to show you software because I'm going through this learning process for you. Like rather than just being like, check this out, check out this awesome sound I made, all right, bye. I get to show you this much better. Okay, so sine wave. I mean, we should probably go with the saw. Oh, look, poly. Okay, so I guess this is independent poly notes. A saw square. How about just an S saw? All right. And then I'm going to assume that this is closer to modular than it is. All right, I'm gonna voice processors. There's like the reactor way of doing things, and then where like the envelope and the amp are kind of combined, and then there is the modular way of doing things. And just because modular is so popular these days, I am okay. So there's an ADSR, and the trigger. Oh, it would be so cool if I did this and I got like sound out of it the first try. Yeah, okay, so there's our ADSR. I don't know why there's a trigger coming out of the ADSR. This would be the envelope level out. Okay, so that'll probably have to go into an amp. Ta-da. All right. Then we probably want a filter. All right. So notes input goes here, and this goes into here, and then we need some sort of audio out. Oh yeah, I see that with my 4K resolution here. It's actually 2K, but can you guys see this okay? I can zoom in, I think. I think this has, yeah. There. Why didn't you guys just say something? No, joking, you did. There. Better? All right, no more sticks. Okay. And now I just need to find some sort of input or output. Audio out, I assume. And hopefully that goes to the same ACO that is connected to OBS. All right. Oop. No, I did something weird. Okay, that's not right. There, the audio out. Okay. Actually, I don't know if my MIDI controller is hooked up properly. Let's make sure it is. It should be. And does this work? Yep. Okay. Well, what did I do wrong? So let's hook the oscillator directly up into the audio out. Oh, you know what? Maybe it goes here. This would make sense. Nope. I'm a failure. I'm gonna find that audio out. I mean, I suppose I could also just load up one of these demo patches. I mean, I really could do that. I could just look at it. It would be so easy to just look at that demo patch and be like, oh, how are you getting out? But I just want to figure it out too. I just want to feel that little dopamine rush. All right, fine, I give in. Let's see how this one's doing it. Oh, that's so close to how I had it. Oh, man, come on. All right. Interesting. What's this? Sustain out. Crazy. It's actually a little bit more powerful than Reactor in that regard. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, and here we go. We have node info down here. All right. I'm going to unzoom a little bit. Okay. FX can be dry. Oh, there we go. Ew. First patch sound. Oh my god, this is poly. I didn't realize that I would just have polyphonic music going on right off the bat like that. Alright, so this ADSR should be oh, there we go. Max voice is 8. So let's just go with 1. By the way, the software I'm using right now is in beta. It's 0.8. Definitely not out yet, so keep in mind that there's a lot of things that they're going to optimize and fix, maybe even in the UI. I know that Reactor is poly. I mean, it can be. Alright, I do need to figure out how the ADSR should be connected into the amp. You know what? Maybe I don't need an amp. Oh yeah, okay. I'm dumb again. Can I remove this? Yes. I bet this could just go directly. Like so. Yep. Yep. Wow. There we go. Alright, so we have been streaming for... I don't know how long we've been streaming for. Alright, I would say that this took me 10 minutes, maybe? So that's good, right? Yeah, so here we are, 10 minutes in, and we have a subtractive synthesis patch. The oscillator does not sound all that bad, does it? I want to hear a bassier version. I'm gonna try a different low pass. There we go. I was about to complain that the low pass, I thought maybe that would be the only one. There we go. Yeah, I wanted a little bit more of a liquidy resonance. Yeah, there are a lot of filters, or a lot of low pass filters at least. All right. As far as aliasing, I see some comments about that. I have no idea. However, I mean, I have a Threadripper, and I'm using 3%. I don't really expect this to use that much. This also isn't running as a VST. I don't think that the current version that I have here can run on ACO. Yeah, no, it can't. I could use like exclusive mode or low latency mode, but and I normally would experiment with that, but the fact that I'm getting audio into OBS is a miracle. So I'm not gonna play with that. All right, let's can we just duplicate this? That's okay. All right. Maybe we'll put another filter in a moment. Let's make a filter envelope. this easily. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Maybe not yet. Alright, I would really like to see how this polyphonic stuff works. Wow. It just works. No crazy routing or anything. Answering some of the questions. There is a plugin version of this. I'm just not using it. The reason I'm not using it is because it's not optimized for all DAWs yet. I was just talking with the developer really quickly. I didn't even respond. I just got like an email being like, by the way, this works really good with Ableton. That's where they're testing it. Cubase, but FL Studio, I think they're just starting to test it in. And again, with OBS here, it's just not that friendly to ACO stuff. And so it's like, I just like to have a minimal channel routing scheme. That way, if I run into issues, I don't have to troubleshoot quite as much. But yeah, there is VST3 support. I'm going to drink some water. Yeah, this is a little bit simpler than the Bitwig grid, isn't it? I'm apparently not even scratching the surface, by the way, with what I'm doing here. I think this is going to be a lot more, like, I mean, look at some of these modules already. These are a lot more powerful. Like, this is almost reactor. And I'm not talking about, like, the reactor blocks. I mean, like, this is almost reactor. Sort of like a mixture between reactor and blocks. Okay, so apparently there's effects. Might as well check out some effects. And then there's an effects audio out. I'm not sure why it's run that way, maybe for a send or something. Okay. We all love reverb. There's also some sort of hyper reverb or something. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Oh, it looks like it's more complicated. So FU normal reverb. I'm going with hyper reverb then. Oh, it just has a mod. Sounds all right. I think it's only in one speaker, though. Is it? Yeah, I feel like the reverb's just going into my right ear. I bet that is something that I'm doing wrong. I don't know. That is a read the manual thing. The reverb's all right. I'm not crazy about it, but I mean, it's not like it's not like there's really good reverb in any of the things like this. And I feel like you could probably also chain together your own reverb to make it a little bit more customized. Here's a stereo mixer. Wait, why would that be an effect? Oh, I see. Okay. Well. Okay. So we created something. Now here is a one oscillator polysynth. Let's see how a preset differs from what I made. Yeah, the reverb still... that must be a bug for the beta. The reverb still goes out to the right speaker a little bit much, but... I'm going to load some other patches. I forgot how to delete these channels. Oh. Clear all layers. I'm not ready to clear that. Yeah. Clear that patch. All right. It's a good question. Any options for outputs to hardware? It's a good question. I don't want to say no, because A, I'm in a beta, and B, I'm in the standalone mode, which yeah, I bet if you use this with a DAW, it might be a little bit. But as of right now, I don't see any. But again, I don't want to say no, and yeah, I would have to like go through the manual and see. But yeah, this don't sound too bad, do they? Ooh, an 8-operator bell piano. Okay, what? Oh, all right. Here we go. 4-operator FM. Oh, wow. You could just like throw in this algorithm this way. Well, there we go. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. And I bet if we like change this algorithm, it'll sound completely bonkers. I'm surprised that I'm surprised that with 8 operators that these presets are so tame. It's a lot of self-control. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. So makes me want to clear the patch and just look at the oscillators. All right, so 4-operator, an FM wave sequence, a sample player, sound font. I haven't used a sound font in years. Acid bass. That sounds quite good, doesn't it? It's good virtual analog there. An analog drum kit, okay. I'm curious. Okay, that's about what I expected. All right. Oh yeah, there's a lot of presets here. A lot of FM stuff. Machine noise. I don't think you could get it to sound anything like Piano Tech. Piano Tech is very, Piano Tech. Those developers are crazy. That's some really low-level physical modeling. That's like really, really. I think Piano Tech has patented stuff in there too. Like, I mean, it's pretty. That's all they do is physical model pianos. Really, I mean, they do organs too, but that's not what people are after. This is a space kalimba. I like how it shows you the actual note of which voice you're playing. Synth strings experiment. Sounds a bit like front 2/4 too. That sounds really nice. Yeah, for something that's experimental, that one kind of sold me. That was pretty great. Wow, cool. Compared to Falcon, I mean Falcon is its own world. I wouldn't like buy this over Falcon or anything like that. I think Falcon's number one. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, UVI Falcon. I think Falcon's number one asset is that it could load UVI sample libraries into Falcon. So it would almost be like if you had this and you could load contact pianos into it or something like that natively, which is why I like it so much. Wave Sequencer's here. That's the developer. Did he just show up? Have I been answering the same questions he has? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, I see now. I'm sorry, man. You've been telling me all the answers to everything I need, and I've not been seeing them because there's just some tiny text down there. All right. What did you tell me? Some combis. I assume that the combinations are these. Yep. So, wave sequencer, be honest with me. From opening this up, being absolutely clueless, how did I do in terms of figuring it out for a first time? I don't have a I know you sent me the manual and I just hadn't had time to read it. I just kind of scooped down here and opened it up. So let me know from 0 to 10 maybe. I don't know. Rate me on my... It's kind of like when that experiment where they gave the elephant a hairbrush and tried to figure out how long it took for the elephant to figure out what the hairbrush did. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, the CPU is really good. Like I said, I have a Threadripper, but like a lot of things still, there's a lot of plugins that make the Threadripper. Yeah, that sounds really nice. To answer 8th level mage, yeah, you're watching. Yeah, I am using a MIDI input. I'm using a Keylab for this. Look, got a blade one. Well, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. And the mod wheel kind of makes it explode a little bit too. Maybe I need 2 windows. Maybe I need one for like my hands too when I'm using a MIDI controller. Or 2 cameras. I can do that. Yeah, I have enough. I mean, not today I can't, but next week or next time I think having a little All right, yeah. Let me let me answer some of these questions. Yeah, I've used Reactor a whole bunch. I have a hour-long video on it showing a lot of my patches. If you're a Patreon member, I have already uploaded like a Car Plus Strong patch. I'm periodically going to be uploading Reactor patches to Patreon. Yeah, this one is. This might be like. Man, I hate to say it. I think I mean I don't hate to say it, but you know it's gonna sting someone. But I feel like this is closer to feeling like I'm playing Blade Runner music than the Arturia CS80, which is like one of my favorite plugins of all time. So. That's a good question. That's a good question for Wave Sequencer. It looks like it could be Juice, but I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough faith in Juice. I feel like it's just too efficient for Juice, but again, I could be totally wrong. I see Matt here, so maybe it is Juice. I mean, obviously, Paul can answer this in the chat. I really need to turn off my notifications. A lot of people asking me who I voted for this week, which is like, that's the new common text message in Georgia is, who did you vote for? Okay. So, yeah, I was initially wrong. Juice it is. I don't know why I've like dabbled around with Juice, I think when it was first released, and it didn't seem that efficient. Maybe, I think it must have just really gone, as a rapper, it must have just really gone. Then again, I'm not a developer, so. Yeah, this is so good. No, I don't dislike Juice. I think years back I played with it and it just wasn't. Maybe it wasn't even officially released. I don't remember how I got my hands on it. Like somebody sent it over, and it just wasn't that efficient. And so the reason I didn't think this was Juice at first is because this is insanely efficient. I'm not looking at my like Windows CPU usage. I'm looking at the M, but it seems very efficient. It seems like everything's loading really quickly and stuff. And I guess I just thought Juice wasn't that efficient. So how the hell is this reverb so good when when I used it, it didn't sound this good? What's different here? Must just be this part. Oh, okay. It's almost like this synth is acting like reverb. This very wet ambience one, or this oscillator. That's some smooth thinking. Yeah. So like when you look at this, got a Car Plus Strong algorithm. We have an oscillator here. We have 3 oscillators here. Each one of these has their own reverb. And the patch, if I play a lot of keys fast even. doesn't pass 7% CPU. So, yeah, that's wildly efficient. This reminds me of there's a Future Sound of London song this reminds me from. It's on Dead Cities. It's like track 3 on Dead Cities. Yeah, these are all so good sounding. Yeah, I'm actually streaming from the same computer I am playing on right now. Yeah, so that's the 7%. Let me look. Let's see what it's actually doing. Of course, Google Chrome is using 9 terabytes of memory. I'm looking at my processes right now. That was an interesting squeak. All right, so let's actually look at the CPU usage. OBS is using so much more than the synth is. Yeah, like OBS and Chrome are using way more resources than Hyperion is. So there you go. There's proof. A dreamy flute split. I have a Threadripper CPU. Wave sequence. What's this about? Yeah. Let me point out that Juice is just what Spotfire here said. Juice, it's just framework. It's just like a wrapper. It's not a programming language. It's not like Juice is not like Reactor, nor is it like you could make something using like this is like Wave Sequencer just said. This is C++ with Juice as the framework. I'm trying to think of a way to say this for somebody who doesn't code at all. But yeah, don't think of Juice like you would Reactor or something. If you want to get into audio coding, Juice is a great way to go, though. But speaking of headaches, I'm gonna take a painkiller. Not for a headache, but My butt hurts from riding a bike. I should play a little painkiller chord. It'd be so amazing if Juice was an Unreal Engine for games. It'd be really, or for music. Oh yeah, this is so nice. Yeah. So I want to point out that Wave Sequencer is the developer of this, and for anybody who doesn't know, Wave Sequencer in the chat, he's the developer of this. And I also want to point out that like what you're hearing, all of the nice things that you're hearing, and all of the things that are impressing you about this is his work in C++, and Juice just basically gave it a GUI, right? So, or just enabled him to make a GUI. So I feel like I see more people being like, how do I get Juice? And it's like, no, this is the plugin you want. Juice will just, unless you want to become a developer, Juice will probably just give you a headache, and then you'll be like, all right, I just want that plugin again. My workflow with something like this, I don't know yet. I'm just checking it out. I suppose when I first started this stream, I just blindly went into it and tried to create a patch, which I'm going to do in a moment again. I'm just really liking these presets. I'm also maybe I'm just being lazy, but I really like the presets. Oh, this is some like Ben Jordan Planetarium music here. Saved me a lot of work. Keeps evolving. Yo, this is so nice. The moon is farther away than even New York is from New Jersey. Pluto used to be a planet, but only as a joke. actually true. What I'm about to say. If you're wearing jeans and you have a lighter near you, do not light yourself on fire with the lighter. But if you hold it up to, say, your knee, you hold the fire up to your knee for a moment, don't burn your jeans, but just for a quick moment, and then smell it. That smells like space. This is a true fact, because space smells like carbon, and carbon kind of smells like steak. You might actually get hungry from smelling this if you're into steak. But this is a true fact, and I once tweeted it, and 2 different planetariums retweeted it, and then NASA retweeted their retweet. And I was so proud. It was one of the proudest moments of my life. If anybody did this steak thing with their jeans, let me know. It works. It's amazing. And that's what space smells like. Of course, if you go to space and go, you'll die immediately. But I don't know if you would die immediately. You know, this would have been a great question for when I actually had an astrophysicist on I think that's the last live stream. Well, second to last live stream I did. So. Yeah, I wonder how many people I just killed with their pants are on. Like, some poor person forgot that they spilled gasoline on their pants earlier today. Piano and pad. Oh, this isn't like an accurate sounding piano, but I'm surprised that it... No, Noir. Mark Saburo, not Noir, is an astrophysicist, and I've worked with him on the Adler stuff forever. He's a really good friend of mine, and yeah, I've been really close friends with him for a long time, and he actually just got hired as the director of visualization at NASA, Like, it's funny, I knew about it during that stream, but I couldn't really say anything because he hadn't announced it yet, but he was still going through like security clearance. But congratulations, Mark, if you're watching. You probably don't have time to be watching my streams right now because you are the visualization director of NASA. So. This actually could, yeah, a couple filters on top of this, and you could actually make a convincing cello. Not bad. I'm gonna try one more of these presets. Actually, wave sequencer, is there a preset that you want me to check out before I try to make my own thing? I may also go on to Rob. Oh my God, Rob Papin? Is that how you say his name? Rob Papin sent me all of his stuff, and I have never really checked it out. Not in the last 10 years. I'm kind of excited about that too. Yeah, I think that piano was a sound font. Yeah, it's on. I kind of want to. Let's go back to it really fast. Or this is a different piano. Yeah, sample player. Sounds very 1970s Brian Eno, doesn't it? All right, one more time for that Blade Runner one. That was just so good. So good. My God. My keyboard's a little bit out of reach here, but... It works really well with my aftertouch as well. Yeah, macro controls. All right, let's try that. Okay. Oh, nice. You have a little... minor diminished seventh wide inversion. All right, let's do that. That is really amazing. Release date and price. That's a good question. I mean, Wave Sequence, the developer of this plugin, is actually in the chat, so he can answer that stuff. Is this a publicly purchasable plugin? Hey, I feel like I should know this already. I'm so sorry that I'm not more on top of things right now. It's been a very, very busy month. Yeah, if you go to Tracktion, you might be able to... Yeah, but I'm going to go back to an initialized patch and just try and create something quickly. All right. Yeah, there's so much. I really could spend a lot of time. So 4 operator FM. Oh man. I'm salivating. A random number generator. Nice. Okay. I was about to ask a question, but I don't think I need to. I think I got this. Yeah, reading. Sorry, reading the... It does look like a bit like... Well, yeah, the thing... I want to remind everybody here that this is actually a plugin, and I'm just using the standalone version just because OBS is picky about what it chooses to work with. OBS is the streaming software I'm using. All right. Woohoo! We made it. Should probably put an amplifier here. Amp. There it is. Oh, I don't think I've had to. Oh, there we go. Easy enough. I feel like usually with any type of like node-based thing, I always struggle with disconnecting a node. I always have to like figure out how to use that for a while. Yeah, this is just like a... It probably looks a lot more complicated than it is, to be honest. Yeah, just imagine 4 oscillators going into each other. And so like... And then this is the ratio. And this is the volume of the oscillators, I assume. Yeah. Usually if you want things to sound harmonic or, you know, sound like musical, you want to stay within an equal divisor of, so like, you know, this, I can manually type this in, that's good. So if I put this one at 4, if I put this one at 6, no, maybe not. Here I am all trying to be smart. Love how this is just polyphonic. Going back to that operator stuff, so if we change the algorithm up around a bit, now this will sound a little bit more bell-like. Okay, so check this out. I might not know what I'm doing, so bear with me. But there we go. Okay, so this is the mod. All right, I'm going to create a ADSR. And that ADSR will connect to the trigger. And then the level of that will go out into the modulator of the FM. And let's see if this works. There we go. This is what, so like I have a Yamaha montage that I'll play with forever. It's one of, I mean, it's obviously, I think it is the most powerful FM synthesizer in the world. I mean, that's kind of the problem with the Yamaha montage, is that it's so powerful that like nobody can figure out what the hell to do with it. But yeah, you could, if you just add modulation sources, You just press one key and it goes to town forever. It's amazing. Are these ADSRs loopable? I thought I saw some other ADSR or something. Maybe multi-env. See what this thing's all about. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. So this seems like that's what that is. Oh, I put this in I wanted to put this in feedback, but I put it in frequency. Because I'm a silly boy. There we go. Thing I want to do with this little patch here. I want to create 3 LFOs for those for A, B, and C. I don't know, why am I sniffling so much? I don't actually have anything in my nose. I'm just sniffly. It's like a way that I'm dealing with the pressure of being on a stream in front of 143 concurrent viewers, but only 66 likes. What does that mean? All right, LFO1. Don't need a trigger for that. And this could be a sawdown. If I did something wrong with this LFO here. You know, maybe it's because I'm using a global. Maybe I'll try normal LFO. per voice. There we go. All right. Try again. Oh, there it comes. I love this. Yeah, there's a lot of FM going on for only 3% CPU. I realize it's not the most musical thing, but... I'm gonna go pee, and I'm trying to figure out if I have like a clothespin or something I could just cram it on a key. Maybe my dog will just stand on a key for a while. Alright, what's a note sender? I may have the wrong idea here. What is a note sender? Click on the red input pin. That's only input. Okay. I apologize while I go to the bathroom here. I'll be right back. All right, here I am. So looping back, to Hyperion. I'm going to try and get some sort of to have some. I want to be able to link people to a page regarding Hyperion. And is it here? Not yet. Okay. Well, it should be soon for those of you who are interested in this. The dog is drinking water. Hey, Luce, come here. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, you're in such a bad mood, Lucy. Had to go out in the rain today. It was so terrible. What a terrible, terrible life. There she is. Say something. Do you have something to say? You don't have to touch the microphone, you know. You could just. Yeah, there you go. Nice swallow into it. Who's here? Did you see somebody, Lucy? Oh, keep hitting your head. Sorry about that, girl. There you go. Lucy's a star. I'm gonna take off her collar though, because it's jingly. Oh, that's so sad, Luce. Okay, yeah, so this should be available on Tracktion.com quite soon. I'm going to zoom into my head here. Bow. And load up something else really fast. Yeah, wave sequencer, by the way, this is I'm very pleasantly surprised. Not that I expected anything bad, but this was a treat. At first I was like, all right, node-based programming language, but yeah, by the time I realized how easy it was to work with Poly and all that stuff, I became immediately pretty amazed. So good job. I'm excited to see where this goes. It seems like you're almost there anyway, but alrighty. Here we are in FL Studio. Who would have thunk? I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit with my OBS here, because I know that my screen res is a little intense. I have Rob Papin's stuff, and I would like to check some of that out, because I feel like I haven't checked out his plugins since like 10 years ago or something. And he is such a nice guy. So bit. I'm so behind. Wow. It's a lot of presets. Oh, this is just all the introduction. Whoa, okay. So I have all of Rob Papin's stuff. Is there anything that you guys would like to see that Rob Papin makes? I'm sure somebody's familiar with this stuff here because he's been around for quite a long time. I think this is vector synthesis, isn't it? Vector on. Yeah, I don't really want to play with the pan flute solo, but do we have like an introduction? There it is. This is pretty great. Kind of makes me want to have like a joystick controller though. Oh, that's nice. I wonder if there are effects. I mean, it sounds like there are. Oh yeah, there we go. So let's, do we have reverb or just delay? Yeah, okay. Oh, so I could record this, and then replay? Oh, how cool is that? Wow. I like that a lot. I want to see if there's like any plugins that like really, or any, not plugins, but anything that's really, really strong with this XY. Some better reverb here, don't I? Maybe we should load in some verb. I'm just laughing because I don't think I can show you from here. Maybe if I know that you can do this. Right click this. It's gonna take like yeah, okay. If you ever want to know what like a professional musician / YouTuber's plugin chain looks like. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, I mean there's so many. And that's not even effects. Alright. It's overwhelming. And I actually organize it pretty well, but apparently I can't find my M turbo verb. There it is. Found it. All right, now this is going to sound lush. To be honest, I don't entirely understand what's happening. Sounds like devs. Yeah, that is so cool. I mean, pads, of course. See what else we have here. I don't mean to run through Rob's plugin collection. I'm curious. I haven't tried Raw. I don't know what Raw is. Definitely like 2002 energy drink design. Oh, that's Raw, right? This must be like Rob's answer to dubstep. Yep. Calm down. Yeah, it's really impressive synth. To answer Dreamer's question, I don't make music with that many plugins. Let me show you the plugins I do use. Let me get my dog off of me because she's... Oh, you're a heavy girl. After a while. All right. Yeah, just keep in mind that I get like... Oh, this is beautiful. Sorry. Yeah, what did Dreamer say? Yeah, I don't actually use all of these plugins, of course. slow this down. Let's see if there's any bass banks in this Vecto basses. That'll do. Put this on different. Yeah. Well, one thing I want to, for any, I cannot fit in my computer chair. All right. One thing I always do, all the time. Actually, I'll do it this way. I'll show you what I do. If you want to know my actual workflow. I'll come up with like a little loop like that one that you hear in the background. Also kill some of this reverb. It's a little distracting right now. Test. For some reason my guitar. I'll try a different channel. It's like 400 inputs. Sorry, I actually have 3 mods for this machine. Here we go. I feel like I should get rid of the mask on my camera if I'm holding a guitar, shouldn't I? Can I get rid of that? Boom. Now we're in a studio. So I like to just get an idea of like where I am melodically. And yeah, I mean if you just look at this piano roll right here, you could just go like, I mean that's pretty boring, right? Let's move up. Another thing I like doing is seeking, which is a jazz thing, but it works really, really well. Like, so far to just sort of go. And I mean, it doesn't sound good right off the bat, but you get to kind of find out like weird notes that would sound really, really good lumped into here on top to sort of thicken, or I mean, you could drive things completely different. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it through an effect that will essentially make it a bass. Trying to think of the easiest way to do that. I suppose guitar, somewhere in here I have a bunch of guitar stuff. Look at that. See these? These are my plugins. Except for Alpha Forever, that's not mine. I don't know how that ended up there. trying to think of the best way to fine. All these presets are just not the nicest, are they? Alright, this one will have to do for now. Pitch. I said harmonic synthesizer or octaver. So now, as weird and pointless as that may have seemed, now I just kind of have a better idea of where I would actually want to go with this bass line. Like, my guitar doesn't even need to be in the track. However I want to go here, I would like to kind of dampen that a little bit. Alright. So DGFA sounds like a good... We don't even need to do anything crazy. We just have that as like our stagnant bass line down here. Maybe divide this. Alright, so now let's bring that reverb back into the main guy. Some reverb on the guitar. All right. I like this. I like being directed by people. It's kind of funny. I don't mean that in a mean way either. Like, I kind of like somebody else managing my session. It's fun. Let's see. I'm just going to go to Jazz Amp. Nope, not that one. I love you, Prince. I just don't love that preset. There are some really good reverb modules in here, believe it or not. Reflector's nice. The studio reverb one's trash. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. See, like, after you get familiar with everything. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you just sort of understand the melody a little bit more, if that makes any sense. Okay. Let's put some drums in here. Wonder if I have any drum... Oh, Brake Tweaker! Anybody remember Brake Tweaker? I haven't used it in years. Arturia Spark. I haven't used that in a while either. I just got the license for that too. Or I just installed it. I had the license, but... I don't have a Spark controller. You crazy. I would like a nice 707 or 505 even. Spark Vintage. We have an 808, 606, 707. That'll do. Yeah. Oh yeah, doesn't Spark have its own onboard sequence? I don't care. Oh, there we go. I guess we don't really need to program a drum line after all, do we? Let's put this behind a nasty gate. I almost said nice gate, but then I went nasty gate. Actually, can we divide that snare out? Let's see. Can that snare go to a different channel? Yes, it can. I've honestly never really used this, so I'm just kind of like, I bet that I could send this to another channel. I bet there's a right click somewhere. Come on, I'm streaming, I don't have time for this. Well, I know there's a way to do it, but I don't have patience when I'm streaming, so fine, we will just send the entire thing through a massive gate. Oh, what would be a good gator? Vintage verb is always a solid. Still too much bass here. There we go. And then maybe we can also put that behind. We can put this entire thing. Let me drag my mixer down so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to pump everything except for the guitar into channel 1. And I'm going to rename channel 1 as almost main. Okay. So this will route to this track. This will route to this track. This will route to this track. All right. Now everything but my guitar is going to... And then on the end of this, I kind of like that Baby Audio Super VHS. It's a nice plugin, so we could run everything but the guitar through that, make it sound nice and nasty. The bass needs more bass for sure. There we go. So this isn't like how I would make a track, really. This is like how I would just waste an afternoon. And then I would actually record it, and I would record like drum changes, and I would record the guitar parts and all that stuff, and then I would nuke the entire session. That's like what I do. That's my habit. It's bad. All right, so I should probably... I just saw somebody say, that's not the face of a guy who is reading the chat. And I'm the only face. And I'm still not reading the chat. I'm too interested in looking for a jazz amp. Just a simple jazz amp, guys. That'll do. All right. All right. So I'm going to go in like 15 minutes. Do y'all have any questions? Oh, yeah, okay. I can view my super chats maybe. Sorry, this isn't the best at giving me. I see it now. Hi, Ben. Unrelated, but can you refer me to a solid instructor for one-on-one keyboard lessons? Oh, man. I'm not sure I'm connected to him on Facebook anymore. I know a guy who he used to teach. I mean, I'm sure his life is piano and keyboard. And he used to teach piano at my music school. And his name's Kyle. And I'm going to look for him. And I don't know. I don't know if he would be. I'm going to stalk his profile really fast on this other computer. And I'm going to see if he is still teaching, because I don't want to like blast his name unless he's like looking for customers. But that is absolutely who I would recommend for anything related to. All right. Sorry, Facebook's more locked down these days than it used to be. Now I have to like go through another person's friend list to try and find him, but I'm gonna get him. Maybe he's not on Facebook anymore. Wouldn't that be a disaster? Okay. Can I see this person's friend list? I wish I could show you guys my screen. I have a now I'm looking through pictures of Kyle has done jujitsu with me. He's done wrestling and jujitsu with me. So now I'm like trying to find his profile to see if he's tagged in pictures where like we are rolling around on the ground or on a mat. Ugh. This is sad. I have such a hit. I'm so bad at keeping tabs with people, aren't I? I mean, now it sounds really crazy that I'm doing this on the stream right now, but I know that if I say, nah, I'll do it later, I won't. Like, I just won't get around to it. Because my life's a little too hectic at the moment. Right. Why can I not find him? Huh. Yeah, he was, I had a beginner class, at a gym, and Kyle was, Kyle was just going to that beginner class. Not that I'm like some world champion of jiu-jitsu, but I was a purple belt at the time. Oh, you know what? I bet his name's in my phone. Boom. I bet his full name and profile. Yeah, I know. Everybody's so into... Dude, it's so funny. I bet I'm going to find him, and he's just going to get like 100 friend requests, which is fine. He's the kind of guy who would probably really enjoy something like that. Not because he's lonely, but just because, he's a nice guy and has a good sense of humor. Oh, come on. Dude, all right. I want to show you guys something here. I'm going to try and not call him. But his name on my phone is Kyle Piano. I love people who are just coming in right now and they're just like, look, man, somebody paid $5 to ask me a question. Was it $5? Somebody paid me $5. You got to scroll up. Yeah, somebody paid me $5 to ask me a question, recommending a keyboard and a piano instructor, and I know someone who's just brilliant at it, but I haven't spoken to him in a long time. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I've led you on. Oh, I got one more idea. All right. My old music school has 23 likes. And maybe, just maybe. No, it doesn't tell me who likes it. Damn it. I was going to say maybe, just maybe. It's Kyle. Okay, I had events at this old music school. Let's see how far back Facebook can bring me. I want to find his Facebook page so I could just like show you his Facebook page. So you just, because I know that he almost certainly is still giving lessons. All right, that didn't work. I feel like at this point, I am just going to. At this point, it's going to be illegal for me to do that. If I come up with him, I'm going to save your. How do I add your? All right, Xanthin. I'm gonna save this chat, and if I find him, otherwise I don't have anybody that I would recommend offhand. But I feel like that there's no shortage of teachers who need work right now, to be totally honest. So, all right, couple more questions since I've sort of consumed the last 10 minutes of that stream looking for somebody. Any videos about the early days of my music career, says Translate. What do you want to know about the early days of my music career? Let me know. Yeah, give me a better idea of what you mean by that. Because like if I just did a video that was like early days of my music career, go, I'd be like, well. No problem. I'm sorry I couldn't find him. That'd be really brilliant if he was like still doing lessons and. My first album. Which album was that? My first album is The Flashbulb. Transatlantic. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny because at one point in my life I wanted to write a little book called The Art of Tour that was basically about my weird way of touring. I was very like economically, I guess, conservative with the way that I toured. I was just always very, I didn't waste money on much and tried to cut corners everywhere and negotiated with everybody and stuff like that. And yeah, for serious tours. But yeah, maybe I'll think of something. Maybe I'll sprinkle it in bits. Yeah, you really like B minor. I don't know. Maybe I could load up one of those B minor jams. Let me see if I could do that. Actually, that'd be funny. You know those jam tracks on guitar on YouTube? Huh. Yeah, I didn't know so many people were into B minor. Isn't there a looper here? Tools. Loop machine. Is this what you meant by jamming in B minor? So, I'm going to ask you something. Does this note fit with B minor? Do you guys? I'm going to make it fit. I wish this had a metronome. Maybe I could tap it and just do this. All right. I don't have a pick in this room somehow. Well, Matt Baker, I don't know what you want. What do you want, man? Wait, are you the same person who asked me to jam in B minor? Oh well. Anyway. Any other questions before I roll out? Oh, wait, I see one. I see a question from Gage. This might be a strange question, but I discovered your music for the first time a long time ago playing Stepmania, and I was wondering if you've heard of people discovering your music this way before. Yes, I absolutely have. A lot of people have. I'm very grateful for Stepmania. Strangely, it's been quite a fan creator that there Stepmania. Way back, I think even remember meeting somebody who was into my music from that, like in Baltimore back in like 2005 or something. I was on tour with Dillinger Escape Plan. All right, let me see if I have any others. Any advice for doing MIDI drums? All I can find is the pencil tool in Ableton. It seems daunting. A lot of work. Yeah, I mean, I could do it. I wonder if I could turn this off here. I don't know how to turn off the sequencer in this. I bet this does it. Oh, there we go. Can I just put it in pattern mode? Bank mode? Totally forgot about this song. It's a nice little tune we had going. As far as Ableton is not the most friendly piano roll in the world, to be totally honest. There's a lot of things I really like about Ableton, but the piano roll is not one of them. FL Studio just has a lot more common sense tools and stuff. Like, for example, even if you wanted to do something like, I mean, Ableton may have this at this point, but let's say I just wanted to have like a 16th note on the hi-hat. Rather than drawing it in or painting it in for each one, I could just do things like Alt-U, and then that you could cut it up into 16ths. You can do things like have half step. They even have like weird arpeggiations where you could, do this. Actually, it's not going to work because this is still sequencing through here, but you get my point when you see what this is. Yeah, and as long as you get the keystrokes down with FL Studio, as long as, you could be like, all right, brush, all right, pen, select. As long as you get all that down, it's pretty quick. And I've just, Ableton definitely didn't resonate with me the same way in the piano roll, but Ableton is a lot more powerful in a lot of other ways, from my opinion. Yeah, I want to do glitchy drum tutorials. The problem with the glitchy drum tutorials is that I feel like most people want me to show them a plugin. Like, all right, here's the plugin I use to make glitchy drums. And the real answer to that is no, my eyes bleed. I spend 14 hours for 2 days programming drums for a song. And most people just don't want to do that, which is totally understandable because it's kind of a torturous way to spend 2 days. But at the end of it, you get that nice dopamine rush of having some really screwy drums. I don't think the Sparkle LE controller is sold anymore. I was never a huge fan of it, to be totally honest. All right. One more question before I leave. Hit me up. Give me one more question. I use Polygon Tracker. That's the only tracker I use. Oh no, I have the M8 tracker. I'm gonna do a stream on that thing, I think. Yeah, I have the little mate tracker. Somebody sent that to me, and it's brilliant. I love it. Obviously not a replacement for the Polyend one, but for like something portable that fits in your pocket, a lot of fun. I've created a couple nice little loops in it. Do still want to know how to actually use Linux in the studio? Is that your question? You want to know how to use Linux in the studio? I mean, I at this point, for a studio machine, I wouldn't recommend it, just because software support's so limited and drivers are limited. And I mean, I feel like if you shut all the crap off in Windows, like, yeah, normally my studio machine just doesn't even, I don't even open Chrome in it. I don't have any, yeah, not much background running. Yeah, you are right. These are DT880. These are the Barodynamic DT880 Pros. They look incredibly stupid on my head, but they're comfortable. They sound decent. They sound like 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10, but they're just so comfortable. And my ears don't get tired wearing them. When I wear, like, I don't know where my other headphones are, but when I wear other ones, I feel like I could only do half an hour of it or an hour of it, and then I'm just tired of wearing them. These I'll wear all day because they're like semi-open, so they're breathable. And middle name is Lee. The nuclear fallout shelter, yeah. Just preparing for that second Civil War. No, the nuclear fallout shelter design is because I have like 150 LUTs on my other machine, and I literally picked a random one to just use in OBS, and this was it. And I was like, you know what? This kind of has a nice Blade Runner vibe to it, so I used this one. Some other things. Let me pull my guitar out here. Before I go, I should have an iPad video up quite shortly. Depending, I have some, like, this week's been this whole month is going to be crazy. I got hired on a very weird job that I can't talk about just yet, but it'll be over by the 20th anyway. That I'm also recording a video for, so it'll be like in a video. And then I have the iPad video that I'm doing. I'm also doing a video on some social things related to music, so you can expect some very weird surveys from me in the time coming soon. I'm going to be writing up a nice big survey, and I'm actually, I'm going to have my fans and fellow musicians, I'm going to urge everybody to share it because I want as much data as possible. And then I'm also going to use some of my Patreon money to actually have some random surveys done by somebody who isn't me, but using my survey questions just for a future video. I can't really talk about what the video is. Yeah, so there's that. That's what's going on. And yeah, I think that's it. I think it's the only big news. So I'll have an episode coming out soon. Thank you for watching the stream. I'm learning this format. I'm not too comfy with the stream format yet because I feel like there's just a lot of dead air and silence, and I feel like me playing around with software just is not entertaining. But it is, right? Because people seem to like it. However, I have a giant modular synth over there. I have all these other synths. I have plenty of software. I think that using my Blackmagic design Atom Mini switcher will, with multiple cameras, I'm going to get in the flow of it, and I want to do it every week, and I feel like, just like my YouTube channel, I'll figure out how to do it more effectively and stuff. I mean, I have 125 concurrent viewers right now, and that's pretty awesome. So, finally, I want to thank everybody for everybody, all of my patrons and all the people on my Patreon, like my mind is blown. I'm almost so close to being halfway to the existentialism project, to being able to fund that. And yeah, I didn't think I'd get like to 20%. So that's great. This stream, by the way, if you're not one of my patrons, F you. No, if you're not one of my patrons, the reason you're watching this stream right now, this is a patron only stream, and I put in a poll asking people, you know, if my stream should be public, or, you know, how they want it. And the vast majority of my patrons said, no, make the stream public. Information's free. Pretty cool people in my Patreon. If you're not in my Patreon, then I probably should have put a link down there. Is there a link down there? I'll put one down there. I mean, you can find it if you just search Ben Jordan Patreon, or look at my last video, which is announcing my Patreon. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody. That was really big, and I like this streaming, this weekly streaming thing. I think I'm going to get used to it. I think it's going to get better as it goes on, and more entertaining. And so, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for your support, and for even, obviously, if you can't afford the Patreon thing, that's totally understandable, and I still appreciate you watching and your support. It means a lot, and there's a lot of awesome stuff coming in the next few weeks and months, and I'm really excited about sort of branching things out and poking a couple more wasp nests in the near future as well. Let me see if I have the link right up here somewhere. Why did I not put the link in here? That is so dumb of me, isn't it? Well, I guess I wouldn't have put it there because it's my first Patreon stream, so I figured that maybe. I get to watch myself speaking. And oh no, it's in the description. It's right there, Patreon/Ben Jordan. Cool. Oh, and also, if you're not on my Patreon, and if you want to watch a backup of the stream or replay of the stream, I don't know why you would want to after watching it live, but if you do, it will be available for my patrons. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. I hope everybody's safe. Hope nobody here is inside the Capitol building right now, surrounded by police. Yeah, and I'll see you next week. I'll do one of these in a week or so, and it'll be a lot of fun. And yeah.